Sri Matre Namaha, Sri Ramaraksha Sarva Jagat Raksha. In the series of healing the shadow body, today's topic is elemental attachment. So before getting into the topic, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you motivate us in bringing out this sacred content to you all. So what is this elemental attachments? All these things might sound like some dreamy or some fictional things, but all these things are real. The more you awaken, the more you awaken your consciousness, the more you will understand how many shadows are there and how to heal those shadows, personal at the personal level and also at the collective level. Okay, so these shadows are there. It's just that now the light is more. Okay, so the darkness is fading off, the now the torch is on, and all the shadows, all that darkness in the dark room is fading off and light is entering into all that darkness. It's like that. The more you heal, the more you will understand what kind of shadows are there and how you have to heal those shadows. So healing journey is like you just do for some inner work for 6 months and it's done. It's not like that. Okay, so those of them who are doing the real healing work, those of them who are doing the real shadow work and inner work, mirror work, and the work with on them, they will understand that it's not a journey of just of months. Okay, it might take time. Okay, it might take even incarnations, lifetimes of time. Okay, in some lifetime you will learn something and you will move forward, and in other lifetime you will learn some more things and you will move forward, you will evolve. Okay, the more you will evolve, the more you will understand what all you need to heal and what all lessons you have and what all shadows, what shadow work you have to do. Okay, so in the this elemental attachment is like a trapped elemental spirit beings. These are the trapped beings. Okay, these are trapped beings. I just have 144. So these beings are like in our history or in our stories, we might have seen that they are some beings who are just trapped in some tree or something like that, or there are some beings who are trapped in some kind of a location or some kind of a sky or something like that, in some things or something. And then the god comes in some different avatars. For example, the Krishna avatar, he just in his childhood, and we see stories of Krishna avatar, like there are some beings who are trapped in some kind of a tree, and as soon as the god Krishna enters there, and those beings get liberated and they find the mukti, something like that in the stories, right? So it can be any god stories. Okay, you often listen to that. Okay, in the Ram avatar, God Ram, he goes to some places, and those beings who are there, who are just liberated from whatever they have been experiencing, and those beings are actually the dark beings, and then they are just liberated and they transmute and convert into light, something like that. Okay, so this is like these beings are trapped beings. These are like, now it doesn't mean that you are a god and you cannot do that kind of your caliber is not that much that you are liberating somebody. It's only if you work on yourself and if you try to liberate whatever which is there within you and around you, is more than enough for you. Okay, it's more than enough for you. Okay, you cannot, that God's level of work is different and your level of work is different. So the story is same, but then the story also has, that is the macrocosm level, and this is the microcosm level which we are doing. Okay, so this is also there at the collective, but then as a collective we are coming together, and as a collective we are learning about these things, and as a collective we are working on our own shadows, and we are contributing to the collective healing of the shadow body of the earth, and that's how it works, right? So when you listen about these stories, and you will understand it much betterly. That's why I gave the examples of these. Okay, these stories. These spirit beings which are trapped beings, they are trapped in some kind of a thing, some kind of a biofields of the humans, animals, or plants, or minerals, or elements of a living time matrix. Okay, in a living time matrix where the living consciousness exists. Okay, so these beings, they through the shadow body or inorganic metatronic vasodic universal shield implant systems, they will work. Okay, they will work that way, and they are like, if most of the humans have the shadow body, they are not yet out of the shadow body, right? Most of the humans are not yet have activated the light bodies. Okay, they're still living with the light and shadow both within them. So the more they heal the shadow, the more they will be like out of all these things. Okay, out of all these beings and all these attachments. Okay, so what you need to do in order to in order to get rid of all these attachment is to work on your shadows, is to heal your shadows and do your shadow work sincerely. Okay, so this is the thing, the more you do the shadow work, the more you will realize, okay, these things are need to be healed, and you should have to get rid of all these things and all these attachments, etc, etc, etc. So it's not like it's there in everybody, it's there in the collective. So it's not like some people are having this and some people you don't have anything to do with it. It's not like that. Okay, the more you awaken, the more you will realize that it's there everywhere, and everybody have to do their shadow work. It's not like not most people, it's not like nobody have the shadow aspects in them. Every human have the shadow aspects in them. It's just that you have to work on the shadows, and you have to balance, create the balance in your life and activate your light body. That is the main goal, that is the main purpose. And if you are ignoring the shadow work, then you are just bypassing your spiritual work, and you are not progressing in your spiritual journey. It's very important to recognize your own shadows. It's very important to work on your own shadows. Okay, that's how you will get rid of your own shadows, and that's how you will activate your light body. In order to activate your light body, you have to get rid of all these things, and you have to be aware of your own shadows, and you have to be aware of the shadow work which you have to do. You have to be aware of the efforts and hard work which you have to put in to do that shadow work, and to do that shadow healing and shadow body healing, so that you can activate your own light. So, right, so these beings, what they do is they reclaim the original organic divine blueprint, while they are reversed matrix templates. So they are like they if there is if there is an elemental attachment, so they will feed off the life force energy of the living. Okay, living and the shadow body. Okay, so as I told before, that there is a living consciousness of everything. Okay, a tree is living. Okay, and a human being is living, and an animal is living. Okay, so these human beings, animals and trees, everything have its both light and dark side. So what these elemental attachments, what they will do is they will feed on your life force system. They will feed on your life force system, and they will be attached to your shadow body, and they will be sucking your energy. Okay, they will be sucking your life force energy. They will be sucking your all your light. Okay, and they will take all that energy, and they will take all that food. Okay, whatever the food they got. Okay, for living beings, you eat some vegetables and you eat some fruits, etc, for as a food. For these beings, your life force energy, your life force current is the food. Okay, your positive energy is the food. So what they will do is they will take out all these food, and they will suck all your life force currents, and they will suck all your happiness and all your the positive attributes of you, and they will take all that, and they will take it to the phantom matrices or black hole systems, and they will utilize that energy to there. Okay, because they cannot create their own energy, they cannot create their own life force current, because they are already like a dead beings. Okay, so they will take the help of other, they will whatever, they will steal the energy of other things, other beings. Okay, other living beings who have that life force current, and who have that sunness within them, and they will steal all these things, and they will utilize that energy or raw life force energy of others, and they will take that into the dark portals and the phantom matrices, and they will utilize that. Okay, so stay away from these, and they will be like there are some energy vampires also actually in the human body, who will act like that way. They cannot create their own abundance. They cannot create their own the positivity within them. So they spoil others positivity, they will make others cry, and they will enjoy that, and they will steal others life force current, and that's how they work. Okay, so stay away from these elemental attachments and negative beings and negative energy vampires, and protect yourself. It's very important. The more you heal your shadows, the more you'll understand the shadows around you, the more you'll understand what kind of attachments are there, are sticking out in your aura, or around your field, or around your biofields, or around your surroundings. Okay, whenever you go to some places, okay, some people might not feel good in some places. Why that will happen? Okay, because there is kind of a invisible energy there which is present, and which is affecting a human being or a plant or an animal. That's why they are unable to, they know, even if the human being doesn't know, even if the plant or animal doesn't know that, but their soul can recognize all these energies. Okay, the more you're consciously aware, the more you will understand, and the more you can recognize all these the dark beings beings and the elemental attachments or whatever beings who are stealing your energy. So what you have to do to, in order to identify these kind of beings, is to awaken yourself more and more, the activate your DNA more and more, and do the healing process on yourself, and do your inner work, shadow work, mirror work, and most importantly the shadow work. So most people, what they will do is they will just skip the shadow work, and they will behave like they don't have any shadows to heal, and they will just move forward in their journey, and they will feel like they have healed themselves. They'll show up as if they have become the complete divine feminine or masculine, but then they still have those hidden shadows within them, which are still, inside them, which they did not heal, and which is asking for healing, and that, shadow comes up, and that will affect the other beings also. So they are just, what they are doing is they're just spiritually bypassing that, and they are not working on themselves. They are just pretending that they are working on themselves. So it's very important to do your shadow work. It's very, very important. You have to recognize your own shadows, and you have to work on your shadows. Okay, if you are bypassing that shadow work, and if you are not doing your shadow work sincerely, so someday or the other, the shadows will come up to the surface, and it will affect not only you but also the other people. And not just this, but the elemental attachments, all different kinds of attachments, the negative attachments will be also attached to you, because you did not do the shadow work. So that's why it's very, very important to do the shadow work, and cleanse that miasma, and cleanse that miasmatic buildup, and to heal that the DNA damage, DNA template damage, to heal your DNA, to heal yourself, your own self, and to protect your life force energy. So you have to learn about all these things. As you awaken more and more, you have to know how to protect yourself, and you have to know how to do your own shadow work, so that you don't affect others in a negative way, and so that you don't be a victim of these, the attachments which are coming from the shadow worlds, or the phantom matrices, or the other dark forces. Okay, so the more you will release all these attachments, the more you will be safe, and the more you will shine your light. So this was all about the elemental attachments. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sri Rama Raksha Sarva Jagat Raksha, Sri Matre Namaha.